for you non-Spanish speakers.
Is that even Spanish?
I don't know.
I don't think that is. I don't know what del revés is.
Well, it sounds Spanish.
French?
Maybe it is.
I don't know.
Probably not.
Anyway, this title is in a different language.
Yeah. Inside Out.
Okay.
I know where I'm putting this.
I love this movie.
Yeah.
It always makes me super emotional. Kind of like pretty sad, but for the most part, it's
good
amazing.
ones do.
Yeah. I think I put it at an S.
D. Just kidding. Yeah, S.
Yeah.
Of course. The scene where Riley comes back and she opens up emotionally to her parents, right up there with seeing Carl's wife die.
Same level of emotion.
Yeah, gets me, man. It's so good. It's so good, and it's such an important message.
I always talk about the music because I listen to the Disney music a lot.
Yeah, that's her workout music.
Yeah, I'd be like lifting.
You good? Yeah, I'm good, man.
Yeah, I'm having the best workout.
Still using that bench? I'm still using it. Sorry, man. I'll come back.
Good
I want you to
dinosaur.
rank this one because I think you had a much more emotional reaction to it when we watched it.
Okay, the thing is that I was expecting a lot more out of this movie. Like, there was only one scene that really got me, like, pretty emotional. Oh, actually, two. One of them was more...
4.
Okay, 5. The whole movie. No, it was the first scene was where they were playing Run with the Herd and they were, like, running through the fields, and it was, like, beautiful animation. And then when he was saying bye to Arlo, they were like, that's only 2 scenes. But, like, the whole plot of it was just, like, he lost his way because of the river. And then they were like, okay, well, that's it. I found this dog boy. And then I thought he was going to be able to talk. So they didn't really have, like, a connection either. Like, that was that deep. He was just, like, his pet. And I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, that's it. Because when I was seeing the poster, I thought it was gonna be like this really beautiful connection, and they were gonna be like friends, but not pet.
Yeah, but I got that though. I understood.
Because they're supposed to be
for.
like, he was supposed to be part of a caveman family.
Which he was.
Yeah.
We got that. But then just watch The Croods if you want that, right?
Yeah.
A way better movie.
Even they talk though.
Yeah, and Nicolas Cage is in it.
Yeah. I want to say...
D for dinosaur?
I think I want to put it at a C, to be honest.
A C? Yeah. Yeah, totally. I'll put that as a C.
Like, my favorite part... because the thing is that I heard the soundtrack before even watching this movie. And I fell in love with the soundtrack. And then so when I was going into watching this movie, I was expecting, like, this whole magical feel to it. Mm-hmm. Because the soundtrack, it sounds very magical. Like, they composed it and it was beautiful, and I was just like, this deserves so much more. I was like, this soundtrack is beautiful. But it was still a cute movie, so can't really complain too much.
I'd say the most magical part was when they're tripping balls. And then also...
That was so weird.
It was weird, but I like that part.
I was like, what is going on?
That was great. I liked it. That's cinema right now.
Oh, God.
But also, the emotional scenes for me, I was just like, they stole that from Lion King. And I think Lion King obviously did it better.
Oh.
Like, the emotional moments and, like, the thing that kicks off the first act into the second. I was just like, that's Lion King, right? It is.
Yeah, well, I mean, they always recycle a lot of different things from the movies, so that catch the emotions. So.
Finding Dory.
I didn't think it was a bad movie, but I was like, couldn't we have done something else? Basically.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Dory, I feel like she gets lost every week.
Yeah. It was weird, like I think it happens in the third act of the movie, but like Dory starts shouting at all of her employees and starts threatening to pay them less. I just heard that Dory was a nightmare behind the snes.
Yeah, they
making
were
this
like,
movie.
she was so demanding.
Yeah. She
and
kept
she
promoting.
fired everyone.
I put it as a D for Dory.
D for Dory.
D for Dory.
That's the only reason.
I know that it's got a lot of great things going on for it, but like it's a movie that I have no interest in rewatching again.
I like the octopus.
I think D's being the octopus is great.
Yeah,
I love the octopus.
Octopus is my favorite part.
I don't know, maybe D's being too harsh. Maybe C, but like I feel like there's so much in C right now, and it's like if I had to choose.
Well, I didn't really have anything.
I'd shoot Finding Dory.
I didn't have anything really to say for Dory, so I don't know.
Yeah, this is probably a very controversial choice. So Dory is a D. Final decision. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. Cars, Trace.
Put it in D. I don't know.
Okay, enough said about Cars 3.
I don't even remember it. I watched it, but I don't remember it.
That's great.
As soon as they're out of, like, why even? Why even do 3?
That's actually on the cover of the DVD. Fuck, why even?
Why did we do this? I don't know.
That's great. Okay.
Coco.
All right. Coco. Come on, we know where this is going.
Yeah, it's getting kind of piled up there.
Some of us just all just emotional. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I know where I'm putting it in my heart. You do too.
Yeah.
Where?
D.
1, 2, 3. Damn, let me finish counting. D. Okay.
No. 1, 2, 3.
S. Yes.
S for C.
Just a little backstory. Brendan and I got into an argument, and this movie literally brought us back together from that argument because we were both in a puddle of tears after watching this movie. That movie is so good. The music is beautiful. The design of the movie is
the colors,
great.
The animation.
Yeah.
All of the cempasúchil flowers in this, which is the marigolds all over the place, and they're so vibrant. And if you've ever had like marigolds, like they look just like they do in this movie when you have them all together with all of these colors and with candles and everything. They look like if they were actually real flowers.
It's a perfect movie.
Yeah.
That last scene, without fail, even the song, how that one song can have 3 different interpretations throughout the movie, it's just beautiful. It's like the perfect Pixar musical movie that you want, where the music is thematically connected to the story and the characters. And it's just good. I could watch it forever. So, Coco. No, do you have anything else you want to say?
I don't know. I think after I watched Coco, I was more interested, but more like, I guess I could say interested in Dia de los Muertos, because first of all, I haven't ever had to celebrate Dia de los Muertos, and I feel like it just, after seeing how everything's decorated, I felt like I needed to do this after my grandpa passed, and I was like, it was really nice to be able to see that part of my culture in a movie. I thought it was really beautiful.
Yeah, and it is.
Yeah.
I think it's a perfect movie.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways. So D. Back to D, like you said.
So put it back.
Incredibles 2. I had a great time watching this movie when we watched it together.
Yeah.
But it's just not a movie I think about a lot.
No.
I don't look back on it and I'm like, I need to go see that again.
Yeah.
I think I just had a fun time just being back in that world and being with these characters again, and the animation for it is just so good. I love the aesthetic of the Incredibles movies. Mm-hmm. High C.
It was
B.
fun. I liked Jack fighting the raccoon. It was like my favorite scene, and it was just funny. It was like a lot of really funny parts, and they had a lot of cool new gadgets and stuff. What were they doing in this movie? It was the...
Well, that says a lot about where we're
Mrs.
going to put this,
Incredible
huh?
was off on her own, right? And he was taking care of the kids.
Yeah.
He was
So,
like, I'm useless. It's like, I want to be out there fighting crime.
Yeah, like basically Mr. Incredible has to be a stay-at-home dad while the mom is the breadwinner in this. Yeah. They kind of use her because they have like a marketing angle, this like corporation that wants to use superheroes as kind of a way to promote them and market them. But then we find out like something later down the line. Maybe there's some nefarious things behind the scenes, etc.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
Well, for me, I think this would be either a C or a B.
Yeah, I'd say B.
Okay.
Yeah? Okay. Well, no pushback on that. Okay. Yeah, I think B is appropriate.
Are you sure you don't want to put it in C?
Are you sure you don't want to shit on it a little bit more? No, it's good. It's good. It's just, it's in this like, it's in this tier of movies where I'm like, if you said like, we were going to take it off Disney Plus, I don't think I would be like, oh no, Cars for you.
Yeah.
I think Cars for both of us, we'd be a little disappointed just because fondness.
Then I would have to find it illegal. Oh, actually, I own the DVD. But anyway, enough about that.
Now that I'm looking at this, though, I feel like Finding Nemo doesn't deserve to be in B, or should get better credit than B, but I don't think it deserves an A, though. But okay, no, I made my decision.
A minus.
Yeah, A minus, but B. Let's be real, it's B.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, Toy Story 4.
Toy Story 4. Okay, there is a lot to say about Toy Story 4. A lot of new characters. A lot of just roaming the streets. These toys just. And then Bonnie, greatest person ever.
Greatest disappointment that's ever been birthed by Pixar.
Nothing that annoyed me more than Bonnie begging for these toys and then not having anything to do with them. Like, probably the biggest thing that pissed me off about this movie. Yeah. That she wanted this spork so bad and she had all these other toys. And I was just like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
And I know that it was because she made it on her first day of school or whatever, and she was like attached to it because it was like her only friend. I was just like, oh my god.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, Woody, the toy that I wanted, I'm put in the closet. But I liked a lot of the new characters. Like, I liked Bunny and Duck.
Bunny and Duck.
Bunny and Duck. Bunny and Duck.
Yeah.
And I liked having Bo Peep back. That was fun. The only thing that I didn't like after was like the ending. After like they were just gonna go their separate ways, and then we barely even got to see them together for like half of the movie. Buzz
was barely in it. And that kind of disappointed me because they, such a lifelong friendship over 3 movies, and it's like, see you later, pal.
Yeah.
I'm like, I feel like they could have done a little bit more. Maybe like towards in the third act, Buzz and Woody could have actually like interacted more, and like maybe Buzz could have been hinted a lot more that Woody was going to leave. I know at the end they're like, hey man, we know what you need to do, and they kind of give him the proper send-off that way, but I feel like it would have been a much more emotional build-up if they kind of established that in the third act of the movie, or maybe in the first act a little bit more, so that when it happens at the end, there's bigger payoff and we feel satisfied as longtime viewers. But
because it's still like, it felt sad, but it felt more like Buzz was just like, hey, I'll wait for you here while you go deal with this whole thing with and Forky, and then we'll be waiting for you to come back.
Yeah.
And then after he had to go find him, he was on this whole mission to go find them on his own.
Yeah.
And they were like separate the whole time, and then finally like found him, and then they still don't do a lot of interacting. Yeah. And then so once they're like, well, I'm just gonna go with these guys and explore the world. Buzz is like, all right, well, guess I'll see you later.
So long, partner. I remember the marketing for this movie leading up to it was like, we found a story that justifies us making a 4th movie. Like, this is essential to the ongoing story of Toy Story, even though the 3rd movie perfectly ends it perfectly. Not bookends it, but like it feels like a storybook ending where it's like, okay, like this was a really good point in my life. We grew up with these characters. Mm-hmm. We are being sent off with Andy. We're good to go.
Yeah.
Toy Story 4 is like,
yeah.
this movie's gonna make money.
They're like, wait, we have a lot of merch we could make out of this, so we're gonna keep going.
You're gonna see Ducky and Bunny merch everywhere.
Yeah.
You can't turn a corner without seeing that blue and yellow.
Probably the only thing I wanted from the Toy Story 4 movie. I didn't want Forky.
Yeah.
Like, Forky, why?
You can't cuddle with a spark. Yeah. So I don't know. I think we've just been talking this one to death just because it was being hyped up so much, and also just like everyone was like, do we need a fourth? And thinking back, I'm like, I don't go back to this movie at all.
Yeah.
I feel like it ended with a third, but I think this was a sweet movie. It had a sweet message, and it told that story in a way which was somewhat satisfying. But I feel like if you're going to reopen something that already felt like it was a closed story, like you really, really have to like prove it with this fourth chapter, and I just don't feel like it really hit that mark.
It like gave me this like really depressed feeling after I was done with the movie. I was kind of just like, I don't know why they had to do this movie.
Yeah.
I was kind of just like, I kind of just felt empty afterwards, and I was like, and then every time I think about watching this movie again, I'm just like, I'd rather not have to put myself through that again.
Yeah.
Like, I thought Forky's character was super funny. Like, I enjoyed a lot of the scenes with him. But, yeah, I feel like they could have done without it.
That's why I'm rooting for a C in this one, to be honest. I feel like, yeah.
Like, I feel like if it was playing somewhere, like randomly, I don't know why, but they had it on somewhere, I would kind of like watch it a little bit and be like, oh, they're playing Toy Story 4.
Yeah.
I don't want to sit down and finish it.
Happy with
Onward.
Get the fuck out. That was good. Okay. Onward.
A
surprisingly fun movie.
Yeah.
I had a great time watching this movie.
Yeah.
It's a D?
Yeah, D.
Yeah. No, it was good.
Good movie, D.
I think, man, the father-son message at the end, that one got me. That one got me in the Honey Nut Cheerios, dude. I felt it.
Yeah. Everyone with dad issues be like.
But I will say creatively, I feel like they didn't really push the envelope very much. I think they could have gone a lot further. You're in this magical world. It's basically the world of Bright, where these magical mystical characters are brought into the modern age and they are acting like modern day people, and that's really fun to see.
Yeah.
But I feel like the integration between magic and like modern, like, I guess magic at this point in time, it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
But they are mystical creatures. I would have liked to see.
It's just that they don't use it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they become too lazy because of technology.
Yeah.
But I still would have loved to see like them integrate like old forms of magic, maybe with like. But I don't know. Maybe I'm being too picky. So someone turn on the water.
And I also wish they would have had. Well, I mean, the whole point of it was that they barely made it to be able to see their dad.
Yeah.
And then it was done. And I really wish that they would have been able to have like a longer moment with their dad, because the whole time it was just like half of their dad, and it was kind of like sweet and funny how they gave him like an upper half, and he was just like, he didn't know where he was going, and you kind of got a little bit attached to this like stuffed person basically.
Yeah.
It wasn't real, but it was cute. I just wish that they would have gotten a little bit more.
Yeah.
But I guess that's what made it sad, is that only one of them got to.
Oh, I thought that was perfect. I thought that was perfect that it was that son, because it's like you were too young, and it's like it's more fulfilling that this kid, he got the closure that he needed with his father, and like I thought that was beautiful.
And then his older brother being that dad figure that he really wasn't, like, he didn't really miss out on, except for like his actual dad, but his older brother was dad figure all of his growing up.
Yeah.
And he was able to have some sort of, you know.
Yeah. Part of me does wish we got to see them talk, but like I also really like, you know, the approach that they took with, you know, we see it from far away and then we get to hear what the dad said. So it's like, I don't know, I'm in the middle on that because I'm like, I would love to see that, but maybe I didn't need to see it. So
yeah, it was still sweet.
Yeah, it was a really sweet movie.
So D.
Yeah.
You're just gonna keep making that joke every time that we go really into these. D.
You know what? Just let's make a new one. F.
No. Yeah, new row.
I want to say it's B for me. It's not like, it's definitely not one of Pixar's most creative movies, even though it has the world and the setting to be as creative as possible. But I just feel like it doesn't really push that envelope. But the theme and the story and the characters are there, and the voice work is really good. And I like the message overall. It's not a movie I'll go out of my way to revisit, but it's not a movie that I'll be like, oh, don't turn it on. Like, I'll definitely be like, yeah, let's watch that.
Like, ew, not that one.
Gross.
Yeah, I think B. Keep piling them up.
Yeah. B's gonna have a lot of this in the middle.
Yeah, it's just the ones that we can't make up our mind on.
Yeah.
Okay, next.
Okay, yeah, next. It's a fly on my
Soul.
computer. Soul.
This movie was beautiful.
Yeah.
It was.
It's on my top 10
Yeah.
for me, so.
Animation was beautiful. Like, those really crisp fall scenes that they had. I was just like, I feel like I just feel like they could have done a lot more with it.
Yeah. Looking back in hindsight, slim pickings back in 2020. And now that we're getting more movies released normally, it's like, I'm like, oh yeah, good movies. Yeah, I'm not saying that Soul's not a good movie, but I was like, oh, you know what? Maybe I was being really kind, but keep in mind 2020 had not a lot of movies released at that time, so there's a reason why Soul is on my top 10. Now I think I'd put Soul and Onward pretty close to each other, looking back. The message of Soul is great, but it's also, I feel like it's a very mature message, and it's definitely not for the audience intended for most Pixar movies. I know it's supposed to be fulfilling for both adults and kids, but I feel like this one was definitely more like looking at all the adults who are having an existential crisis in their 20s and 30s. Who feel like
they haven't reached the goal that they've been trying to reach for their whole life.
Yeah.
And just being like, bro, just live in the moment. It's all good. We're all just gonna die anyway. That's basically it. And then you're like depressed even more. You're like, oh shit, then what's the point?
It felt like the plight of an artist's journey, and there's no child in their right mind who is like suffering over their artwork, which is like a macaroni painting they made for their mom in like elementary school, or that's too old to be doing macaroni.
Kindergarten.
Yeah. I don't know. I put it at B.
B?
Yeah.
Yeah. And there was a lot of issues with the fact that he was mostly in any other form except for human form for the most of the movie. He was he the cat at one point? Or he was, right?
Yeah, he was the cat.
Yeah.
He wasn't even his own body for most of the movie.
Yeah, he was in it for like the intro and then part of the outro.
Yeah. The animation though for like the human world is beautiful. I think it's some of the best I've seen.
Barbershop scene was amazing. I was like, wow.
Yeah. So
B. Yeah, because I feel like there was just a lot of like nitpicks, I guess, for this movie.
It's one of those style over substance scenarios where it's like the movie is so beautiful, the message is really beautiful, but like as the whole, when you look back at it, you're like, okay, it was really just about that one little key element about him learning that one thing, but overall the characters don't really encounter that many.
They were trying to get really deep and make you really like have it like an existential moment where you're like, whoa.
Yeah, it's a movie that felt like it would have been a great short film. Or maybe not even a short film, but like I don't know. I feel like a movie that could have told its story in a much shorter time frame than it did. Not that it was a long movie, but if you're going to just be a movie about that one single like realization for the character, I feel like there has to be a lot more things along the way to be a lot more entertaining and interesting. And there wasn't enough side characters to kind of like push that idea across. Like the only interesting characters were the main character and I'm forgetting Tina Fey's character.
Oh yeah,
that's fine. I'll put the name right here. But yeah, that character. So yeah, not enough to carry the movie all the way through and be like so yeah, that's what I gotta say about that.
Yeah. That's it. B.
Okay. I think I know where I put Luca.
All right.
Yeah. So we recently just watched Luca. So I guess this will be like a mini review for that movie.
Yeah. Luca, again with the animation. That's the one thing that I always take out of these movies is the animation. They just keep getting better and better.
Yeah.
Everything just looks amazing. Like the water was, I was just like mesmerized by the water, and also the hair.
Yeah.
It's like the hair.
Moana, eat your heart out.
I know, because with Moana, any of the water scenes, I was just like, oh my god, it was so beautiful. And Luca, same thing, because they're sea creatures, obviously, so it has a lot of water in it, in Italy, and beautiful landscapes. So
Made me
other
thirsty.
than that,
And
You're
hungry.
just like, I want to swim in that water.
Yeah, and eat spaghetti.
Yeah, and the storyline was really cute too.
So D?
D.
That joke never gets old.
This one's kind
I
of
really
hard
hope
for me.
you put it where I want to put it, because I won't say anything, but
Now I don't know.
really?
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know where you're gonna put it.
You want me to say it? Or do you want to guess? Where do you think I'd put this movie?
I think you're gonna put it at an S.
Okay, no.
D?
Not that high. Yeah, D. Rock bottom, baby. No. A.
An A?
I think an A is a perfectly appropriate place. Like
Yeah.
it's Luca was a movie that really like it had a very sweet and like heartfelt, and it felt very earnest, and it felt like, I don't know how to say it, but like it felt like it was accessing a part of me that was like, you know, like I love these new Pixar movies, like mature things, but like I miss also the, I don't know, the innocence in these movies. And this one tapped into like the innocence factor to 11. It just made me feel like a kid again. It made me remember the times when like I would just love just drawing and like being imaginative, and like looking back at the drawings now, I'm like, what the hell was I doing? But at the time, I thought I was like Leonardo da Vinci.
I know.
And it's just, it's I don't know.
When he pulled out the drawing of the bike, but they were like, this is amazing. This is the best drawing I've ever seen.
It's so great. I love it's just so sweet, and it knows that it's not trying to tell any like deeper theme story. It's not like Soul, where it's trying to like make you have an existential crisis in the third act. It's just a movie that
it's just like fun and cute.
Yeah. Makes you remember being a kid.
Yeah, it's just like heartwarming, where it's like about like family and then friends also. And like the last scene where Luca is leaving for the school was really sweet.
Oh yeah, that one got me.
And saying bye to his parents and to his friend, and being like looking back at them and everything. That was really cute.
Yeah, I would say there's some things in the movie that definitely put it where an A is, where it's like, I guess spoilers, but the town just being cool.
Yeah.
With the sea creatures winning the race, they're just like, all right, that's cool. Them being
It's
so
the
accepting,
rules.
like it's kind of weird, it's jarring, but I'm like, it's a Disney movie. It's not like they're gonna be like, no, we must execute them now, and there's a beheading scene.
Yeah,
like no,
they're driving them out of the town with pitchforks.
that would be a true sad ending. But I loved it, man. I loved
Everyone's
it.
like, hey, they're cool.
No. Oh my god.
It's probably because the big guy came in. He's like, they're my friends.
Oh yeah.
And
No one wants to
everyone's
fuck
just
with
like,
him.
this guy lost an arm in the war.
Who wants to
He's
say
like,
anything?
no, I was born like this, but.
Maybe he's just born with it.
Yeah, I think an A is good.
Where would you put it though?
Oh, I was gonna say A too.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like there was some doubt in your voice. I was gonna put an A. You're
No.
like, dude.
I just thought you were really gonna go for it and say S.
Oh no. It didn't hit me on that same emotional level as like all these other movies did.
Yeah.
Like
Ending made me tear up a little bit. That's about it.
it's like in the same factor as Ratatouille and Toy Story. I would even say in like Monsters Inc., where it's kind of tapping into that innocence, making me feel like, I don't know, like giddy and like happy that I like had that experience with these characters. So yeah, A.
Yeah.
A. Yeah. So that's it.
Yep.
That's
That's
it.
all the movies.
Yeah. Are you guys
We
satisfied
did
with this? Are you satisfied with this?
Yeah.
Any go backs?
Pretty satisfied with it.
I'm really happy with this list.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people are gonna flame us in the comments. Being
And
like,
I will fight you.
yeah.
It's fine. We
And
can
I
fight.
will watch.
We could tussle. I can take you.
No, you
It's
can't.
fine.
No, you can't.
Okay.
You're weak. I know people are gonna have a problem with Finding Nemo's placing. I know that movie is
They're gonna be like, that's a
beloved.
triple S.
like it's not. I think WALL-E's another controversial one. I feel like, and Soul as well. I think people are either in like the ballpark where Soul is a perfect movie, or it's like it's just like not good. I think B is appropriate for how I feel. Maybe when I get older, my tune will change. Like any of these could change over time. But yeah, I'm good with this.
Yeah, we did it. High five.
So, what did you guys think about our ranking? Leave your comments down below. Leave a like if you enjoyed this. If you hated it, I'm sorry. But
Also, give it a like still.
But yeah, also still just gotta like. Get past your own feelings and give us a like. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Before we head out though, Brenda has a channel. Do you want to do a plug right now?
I mean, I guess. I'm just kidding, but yeah, it's Beyond BS. I do paranormal videos mostly now. That's what my channel has become. But the occasional vlog or make a video here and there whenever I get the chance to. But yeah, check me out if you want. And if you don't, that's fine. And that's it.
That's it?
That's
okay.
it.
Yeah, good plug. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to subscribe if you haven't. If you don't want to subscribe quite yet, you want to get to know me a little bit longer, just keep watching these videos. Keep an eye out for Padawan. And it feels good to be back. And overall, love you guys. And as always,
See you later. You do it.
No, you just take it away. It's your channel, right?
Go.
I'll see you later. Bye.